Previously, the greatest villains from across dimensions, Aku, Vilgax, Mandark, and Mojo Jojo, teamed up to execute a sinister plan. One by one, heroes fell into their trap. Samurai Jack, Ben 10, Dexter, the Powerpuff Girls, and even Ed, and Eddy, captured. Locked away in containment tubes inside the villain's lair. The villains celebrated their victory, confident that nothing could stop them. But what are they really planning? And can the heroes fight back before it's too late? The issue opens with the League of Extraordinary Villains basking in their triumph. Aku, ever the boastful overlord, leads them to a high-tech robotics lab, where they are finalizing the creation of their invasion force. As they oversee the assembly lines, Aku and Vilgax immediately start bickering over whose robot minions are superior. Aku claims his ultra robots are indestructible, while Vilgax insists that his drones are far more advanced. Mojo Jojo, eager to prove himself, suggests building additional robots to strengthen their army. But Aku shuts him down. "We have enough machines already," he declares. Instead, Aku assigns Mojo a different task, tracking down the missing robots that were teleported away by accident in the previous battle. Frustrated, Mojo storms off, feeling disrespected. Meanwhile, inside the containment tubes, the Powerpuff Girls have been listening. Bubbles, ever the empath, actually feels bad for Mojo. But Buttercup isn't having it. Who cares? He's the reason we're here in the first place. Blossom refocuses the discussion on the bigger issue. What do the villains actually want with us? Samurai Jack, calm yet wary, admits it's a question that has been troubling him. Ben 10, however, reassures the group, reminding them that the Powerpuff Girls aren't just kids. They're some of the strongest fighters out there. That's when Blossom, Buttercup, and Bubbles, with their incredible strength, they easily break free from their containment tubes, shattering the glass with sheer force. Buttercup turns to Jack, offering to break him out as well, but Jack refuses. "No need," he says. With a single precise swing of his sword, he slices through the containment tube and steps forward, ready to fight. Ben wastes no time either. He slams the Omnitrix, transforming into Kickin' Hawk. With one powerful strike, he slashes his way out and joins the battle against the robotic guards. Meanwhile, Dexter, ever the scientist, refuses to wait for help. Reaching into his pocket, he pulls out a few chemical test tubes and pours them onto the glass. Within seconds, the containment tube melts away and he steps out smirking. With the first wave of robots defeated, the Eds call for help. Dexter, proud of his intellect, prepares to devise a brilliant escape plan. But before he can, Buttercup and Blossom effortlessly smash their containment tube, lifting them out. Dexter grumbles to himself, annoyed that no one acknowledges his genius. As the group regroups, Blossom and Bubbles both compliment Ben on his bravery and skill. Even Buttercup begrudgingly admits, but there's no time for compliments. They need to figure out what the villains are up to. Rushing toward the exit, the group discusses the similarities between the villains. But before they can go further, Bubbles suddenly senses something outside the door. "Robots," she whispers. Buttercup doesn't hesitate. She blasts the door open with her laser vision, setting off alarms. Instantly, robot guards flood in. Ben quickly transforms into Feedback, ready to fight. As the battle begins, Bubbles warns Dexter and the Eds to stay back. But before they can react, Ed notices something odd. A small squirrel suddenly materializes out of thin air. The battle rages on. Dexter, despite having no superpowers, marches straight into the fight. He picks up the decapitated head of a destroyed robot, reprograms it in seconds, and uses it as a weapon, firing energy blasts at the other robots. With the guards defeated, the group finally takes a breather. Jack urges them to keep moving, but Bubbles turns to Dexter. "You should drop that thing. It's too heavy for you." Bubbles picks him up and flies off with him, forcing him to carry the robot head while they escape. As they run, they approach what appears to be an escape route. Ben suggests breaking open a window to get out, but just as he prepares to do so, he stops, because what they see outside shocks them all. Nothing but space. Ben scans the stars, trying to recognize any constellations, but nothing matches. Suddenly, more robots approach from behind. Ben transforms into blocks, creating a barrier to block their attacks. "We need to move, now!" Jack wonders aloud how the robots found them so quickly. That's when they hear a laugh, a robotic laugh. Dexter looks down at the robot head in his hands. Its eyes glow red as it chuckles menacingly. Before Dexter can react, Jack slices the head in half with his sword. Ben tells the group to run while he holds off the remaining robots. Bubbles hesitates, but Ben assures her, "Trust me, Blocks is basically indestructible." Moments later, Ben catches up as they reach a large observation window. The site below them, a massive robot factory, stretches out before them. Aku and Vilgax's minions are on the assembly lines, being reformatted into robotic duplicates of the heroes. Bubbles stares in horror. Why would they do this? The issue ends. And with that, the mystery deepens. What are the villains truly planning? Why are they creating robotic duplicates of the heroes? And most importantly, how will the real heroes escape? The battle has only just begun, and the stakes have never been higher. The fate of our heroes, and possibly the entire universe, hangs in the balance. Don't miss what happens next! Hit that like button if you're hyped, comment your theories below, and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss the next thrilling chapter. And if you haven't watched Part 1, where the villains launched their sinister plan and captured our heroes one by one, go check it out now! You need to see how this all began.